Hey guys, what's up and welcome to a new Tesla update video. So today, as per usual, we're going to go over the market, go over Tesla, go over all that good stuff. Figure out what has happened today, what we can expect moving forward, and you guys know the drill. As per usual, if you enjoyed the video as well, don't forget to hit that like button, especially if you find it useful, helpful, or whatever. And of course, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Make your own decisions and do your own research. So the market's closing just about 2 minutes. Tesla looking like it will be closing up about, we'll say 2.5%-ish, putting us at just shy of $194 or so. Not too shabby compared to the market. Tesla pretty much performing more or less in line with the market. So nothing concerning or rewarding really. Just kind of, a very neutral day today, which, sometimes is considered honestly a good thing. But with that being said, so pretty much, guys, ladies and gentlemen, essentially what we talked about yesterday has pretty much happened so far. The first hour of the candle was exactly that. We pretty much came up exactly to what I discussed yesterday, come up to this 195-ish level. Essentially to retest this breakdown of this overall trend that we were in so far successfully, which is good for the bears, bad for the bulls. And, that's kind of where it's at right now. And we will see what that actually ends up transforming into, right? But as of right now, it has gotten rejected at the retest of the breakdown, which in theory is, is definitely more bad than good for the bulls. It's bad for the bulls and potentially good for the bears, right? However, even with that being said, so far the close, though, however, on the candle, isn't the weakest thing in the entire world. Like it's closing at not the highs of the day, but definitely, pretty close to the highs of the day. So it's not showing an insane amount of weakness with, the candle that we're pretty much seeing in this example right here. We did talk about how there, essentially a lot of red candles. I'm expecting a green day, today, essentially. Yesterday I said it as tomorrow, which is today. And that's also essentially what we got. So we pretty much predicted that more or less exactly to the T with the 195 rejection, which is of course the retest. So, the main thing I'll be pretty much looking for here moving forward is going to be what happens next, in the sense that, there is still a chance that it retests it one more time and gets one more rejection like this, for instance. Followed by that, we have, of course, a move that can happen like this, right? Assuming it does get this rejection. Moving forward, though, there is also, again, like I said, a potential. There's still a potential, though the longer it takes, the higher of a chance that I don't think this will happen, that this is a false breakdown. There is still definitely a chance that it actually rallies back into this. And the main thing I'll be looking for to really, truly, especially now, confirm that this was a false breakdown is this. It's quite simple, actually, too, believe it or not. So if Tesla can break above 200 at any point tomorrow or Friday, ideally this week, in my opinion, because the longer it goes, the less of a chance, in my opinion, it has of happening. But if Tesla can break above 200, anywhere between really today, I guess, and end of Friday, Monday at the latest, I would say, if it can break above 200, I would definitely consider this to be a massive bear trap and a massive false breakdown. And of course, if the 200 breaks, and most importantly, of course, holds, unlike what we had over here, where it broke and then pretty much got rejected extremely quickly and didn't hold, which I'm sure some bulls got trapped by. You want to really see it hold above that. And if it does do that, and if it can, see that. Essentially, what I would be expecting is a move easily up to 210 to 215, that level that we've been talking about for a while. And I really think that there's like a solid, I don't know, man, maybe at least 30% chance of that happening. And the main reason I believe that is because I still personally believe that we are more or less playing this out, this little situation that we find ourselves in right here. I do still believe that we're kind of playing out this general pattern right here as well, which would of course mean that we still have another move up to this general level of overall rejection back here, which again is around that 210 to 215 level, right? That is more or less what I would expect if Tesla ever breaks 200. That is a massive if. At the moment, I do think the bears have a slight upper hand, maybe even more than slight, in all honesty, definitely just an upper hand, right? But again, 200 is the level the bulls absolutely want to be pushing through, and sooner than later, because the longer it takes, the more control and more this current pretty arguable bearish momentum that has started since yesterday can be taken more and more in the bears' control. So that's very important to understand. So that's kind of the main thing I'll be personally looking at. Again, I do have a bit of a bearish bias here with how the the candles are looking, but the bulls still have one more shot, in my opinion. They really want to break above 200. Now, again, assuming the bulls throw away their chance to break above 200 and whatnot, what can they expect from that moving forward, right? Or I guess what can the bears rather, I guess, and the bulls expect moving forward. What will Tesla do, essentially, is the main question too, right? Well, I personally believe that Tesla will, after this massive, actually, let me do like this instead. After this massive fall right here, followed by this bear flag rally that we had up until this level right here, which again, if we take the Fibonacci's, we bring it down roughly to this level. It's not going to be the most picture perfect Fibonacci in the entire world, right? I'll try to make it a little bit better, I guess, but it's not going to be the most perfect Fibonacci retracement you've ever seen in your entire life, but it's close enough, I guess. You can see that Tesla is getting essentially rejected at the 618-ish level, give or take, right? It's having an insane amount of resistance here. Came up again, right? It's having a lot of resistance around the 618 level, which is very close to that 200 level, around that 196, 197-ish level, right? So it is getting a rejection. It did actually perform stronger than I honestly thought it would. I didn't think it would even get back up to 200 after this fall. I thought best case scenario was 190, so it did show more strength than I expected. But with that being said, it is getting rejected at still a pretty plausible level to get rejected at, to continue this momentum downwards after this massive fall, which I definitely think is very much in the cards, and I do think is the higher probability of the next situation to play out to be that, right? So keep that in mind, right? But again, if we do actually continue this bear trend down, right, where does this go, right? So ultimately, like I said, we have this bear flag pull, and kind of what you want to do is, where did it actually fall out of the channel for the bear flag? Let's go on the 3 hour. It might be a little bit easier. But where did it ultimately fall out on the bear flag itself? Obviously, right around here. So what you do, roughly, again, this is just a rough example, but you pretty much take the pole, you put it to where it broke down under, and then you measure it downwards, and you can see it pretty much takes us to this overall golden area, in my opinion, which is of course going to be anywhere between 155 to 145 ish. That to me right there is the prime level to accumulate shares. Again, just my opinion, could be completely wrong, just my opinion, just thinking out loud, really, for whatever it's worth, I guess. But that right there is kind of what I personally expect to happen. And I do think is a higher probabilities, right? So more or less, I'm expecting it to move to that area. If you need more confirmation as to why I personally think that level will be the level, assuming we, actually get there, again, Fibonacci retracement on this exact same thing right here, from the swing low to the swing high, you can see anywhere between this 0.5 to this 0.618 is the juicy level. That's the level that you really want it to go to, and that should be the level that, assuming this reversal, which I still think Tesla is actually in an arguable reversal, as long as this level holds, that reversal can actually truly happen, really, I guess, is the thing I'm trying to say. Because again, because Tesla broke above 200 here, it arguably set a higher high on this new swing high, right? It broke this downtrend over here instead of setting another lower high. So because it easily could have from here went up to somewhere let's say right here, got rejected, and then went even lower, right? In this case, it would have said lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? It would have kept continuing that pattern. But because it arguably set a higher high after this situation, right, it arguably has broken that medium-ish trend, that medium downtrend, medium duration downtrend. It has arguably broken that, which is great for the bulls. But again, and I said this before, it needs final confirmation, and that final confirmation is the bulls really want to see Tesla set a higher low, which to me, technically this could be it. I don't think it is. I do think that the higher low will be set somewhere around here. In other words, it will do something like this, right? Just as a rough example. That is kind of what I overall expect Tesla to do, right? Go from here, move down to this overall level, most likely find a bounce, hopefully at least find a bounce, and then most likely make a higher high, and then kind of reverse the trend. But that is kind of the main thing, guys, I am personally expecting. So let me know what you think down below, guys. If you enjoyed the video, of course, don't forget to hit that like button. That is the general gist of what I expect to see. We're still above the 21 EMO, which is why I still think that there's not a 0 chance probability whatsoever of Tesla potentially still having this as a false breakdown and rallying to 210 to 215. If the 21 EMO really breaks and we start closing below that, then I would really start getting really a lot more bearish, and I would be substantially more convinced that the downtrend is going to continue for sure. So that's this 21 EMA, in my opinion, is the last line of defense, right? This level, and of course kind of 186, 185, this overall level that we barely defended yesterday is the final chance, if you will, right? So very crucial level, guys. Very, very, very crucial level. Make sure that level holds for the bulls. If it doesn't, Tesla will collapse back down, most likely to this level. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys. I don't know, thumbs up for the video, and peace for tomorrow. I don't know, kind of blabbering, I'll be honest, but that's the gist of what I'm seeing. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.